And we are live with the illustrious Susan Ibitz, who's wearing coveralls because she's down to work today. We are going to deconstruct some faces, quite literally, and now that I think about it, because you did a study on eyebrows and how important they are for expressions. So in a sense, that's sort of deconstructing the face on an element. What was the motivation behind the study?
People is fascinated with faces, and faces it's the way that we communicate. Now that we have these Zoom meetings, everybody's obsessed with body language and faces, but we are attracted to faces. For example, people is fascinated with mouth. Now that we went to a masked society and look like we're going to be back, and between you and I think this is going to happen for the next 3 years, is everybody get distracted by the mouth. In my case, I don't use any makeup. For disclosure, I use my glasses because I'm blind like a bat, but I paint my mouth red, and so people pay attention to my mouth. But if I need to choose what I can see in your face, I'm going to wear the ears and the eyebrows. And this study done in the latest 1990s and published finally 2002, 2003, confirmed that if we need to pay attention to any microexpression, any expression that people is doing, you need to pay attention to the soul. Shakespeare says the eyes are the window of the soul. Is kinky, is to rose, is like Aaron Wood says like Conqueror. I don't know what is that, the kind of movie, but it's true. We need to be paying attention to the eyes. So we talk about this on Monday, and I do think that the fact that we are a mass society is allow us to learn where to look for the expressions. And if you learn to read micro expressions and expression with a mask, can you imagine what you can do when we are not wearing masks anymore? Oh my God, it's like to having a superpower. That is my tagline.
Yeah, I actually got to meet Susan on Monday, and this all spawned out of it because I gave her my theory that you can actually read people better with a mask than without because the mouth is distracting. And she essentially said that I wasn't that far off. So it's not necessarily a handicap because, if, trust me, I'm Joe Azuzu. But it's like, how many times do you see somebody smiling, but you've got to look at their eyes, but their mouth is so pretty, and you just get caught up with that big flashy white. And the reality is that the mouth really forces people to see if it's a Duchenne grin or not, or if they're even smiling.
From the 7 micro expressions, and let's put this. I'm sorry. I kissed my cat before I closed it upstairs. You have cats, there have been in your life, so you know what I mean. So from 1872, Darwin started exploring what happened with the face and emotions, and he determined that is 6. There were like around 27 to 30 expressions that he detected. With the study coming on, we come up with 6. When Ekman started studying this on the 60s, he had a 7 micro expression, who is the only unilateral, that is this. Contempt. Yep. So people can determine the 6 basic micro expression. Contempt can be the most difficult, but if you pay attention in my eye, you can determine. So what I tell people is go to the bathroom, put a mask, and start expressing emotions. And you're going to see that happen on the eyes. 10 days ago, I did a webinar for sales reps, and we were talking about expressions. And somebody showed up with headphones, like the big, bulky Boss headphones, and eyebrows. Like, I read your eyebrows even with the headphones, and really thick glasses. And the first thing I read is that he have small, high ears, and he have straight eyebrows. And everybody was like, how you know that? Well, I've been spending so much time in Zoom that unconsciously, because face reading profiling is counterintuitive. If I learn things about my face, I can determine how to identify people who have the same features than I have. And the people who have the opposite features than I have is opposite than I am. So in my case, my ears, believe it or not, since January to now, they're getting higher. Actually, I didn't realize that. One of the other profilers in my team says a couple of months ago, like, Susan, can I see your ears? Like, why? What happened? Like, do you know your ears changed? Like, no, they didn't. Like, yeah. So I was looking for videos from before 2019 and 2020, and my ears get a stick out higher. And like, what the heck? My own theory is showing in my face. That happened. But you can practice in Zoom, and Zoom is a really good way to learn those things. But today we're going to talk about not only face reading, we're going to be talking about microexpression and the correlation between that. If you are a person who hold an emotion and an expression for so long, that become a feature in your face. For example, in the couple last month, I've been happier than never been in my life. So last Friday, I was trying to do the expression of sadness, like mouth turned down, and I need to do this because my mouth is not turned down.
I got to point this out. What you just said means that old wives' tale of if you keep doing that, your face will freeze that way, has truth to it.
Yeah. If you're a happy person and I can see those wrinkles around your eyes, there are studies done. When I was working with political campaigns, and I still now when I'm working with trial science law and lawyers, and I froze some of the people expression because they have tics and they don't look good in court. I work with a person who does Botox, fillers, and fix your face, the dark side. Again, gotta be there. So what happened is I have clients who have expressed to me they feel more depressed and down when we froze those crossfit because they cannot see themselves smiling. And actually, you know who is one of the profession who have more than waiting list beside handyman? Believe me, that's the reason I'm fixing my own houses, because handymans are. I cannot get a handyman in my house until June 2022. Plastic surgeon, because people is seeing themselves and they never were so aware of things they maybe don't like in their face. But the counterpart is now all the calls that were done on the phone or the exchange in emails, now we have video. So now we have the chance to see how people express coming. If I do this constantly, then I do this and I have a pillow in my lower back to not do it, is when somebody's assertive, like, oh, really? I'm so excited to that. It's a person who is assertive, who's going to come to you. So now we have all the frame to look for. But remember, microexpressions that you hold for a long time, they're called macroexpression, become features. And that's how I can know what happened with you at this moment if your mouth is, for example, turned down, straight, or up. Mine is up. Why? I'm happy like a rabbit.
Yeah, because you're on my show. So.
Oh, definitely. And by the way, I always says, it's not the first date, it's the second and the third one. So you having me more than one time in the show, thank you, appreciate to you and the audience for having me back, because I know that what I do is kind of witchcraft.
Ooh, oh, there you go. Sketchy. All right, so we're going to go into this before we do the face reading. So everybody stand by. I do have a bunch of face reading that we will plow through, and it'll be fun. But I think that the eyebrow study is fascinating. And this also came out of our conversation on Monday, because Dan Hill, who was a previous guest, talked about, actually, Ms. Zoom in, he talked about how Steve Carell, who played Michael in The Office, and Michael, the character, is repugnant. He is,
oh my God, yes.
He's disgusting. He's a pig. Any way you look at it, however, you kind of like the guy. And as Dan Hill put it, it was because his eyebrows, he has very expressive, moving eyebrows, and those eyebrows soften everything that he does. And that enables him to say really disgusting lines and kind of do the whole, you know, look for appeal and things like that, to where you actually feel pity for him and things like that. That spun it off. And then Susan pointed out that you have a whole study on how important the eyebrows are. Take this first shot here, how disturbing this picture is on the right. It really,
that's
really,
my
really...
Halloween costume. What I do is I paint my eyebrows the same color of my skin and says, hi, how you doing? Believe it or not, if you think about all the expressions we do, the eyebrows are the one who determine. The mouth can be lying. Again, if I cover my mouth and I do things with my eyebrows, actually, I really appreciate people who can manage their eyebrows. I know how to do one eyebrows higher than the other, and actually it's a natural thing that I do, like, really? So if you pay attention to the eyebrows, we can determine what your emotions are saying, not in your mouth, again. So if you see someone who doesn't have any eyebrows, I don't know what is going on with you. What are you expressing? That's what we call in face reading profiling, chameleon eyebrows. My preferences, when I see someone with chameleon eyebrows on a room, on a networking, that's like my team laughing like, ooh, Susan is going to the corner. Like, you see the chameleon eyebrows, she's going to go ballistic, because you never know what's going on. But if you train yourself, you can see the muscles still moving, because this we call the will pad, is the desire to go forward and go and make things happen. So if you can train yourself to read eyebrows when you don't have eyebrows, believe me, that's what we call super power. You can be in any Marvel movie after that.
There you go. And to get the idea, you can't really tell much of anything here. This is a good neutral flat line.
Let's don't burn the surprise. Can I take the control on this to see people answering? I'm allowed to?
Well, I can't. No. I mean, you could tell me advance or go back.
Oh, no. What I'm saying is, I want to ask people, what do you think is the expression of this emoji on the picture? So tell me.
People can answer. Yeah.
The person is neutral, happy, contempt. What do you think this person is feeling?
Okay. What does everybody think?
They're saying hello to each other and hello. I have a couple of my students here, so it's not fair to say, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. I heard it. Neutral, meh.
Yeah, actually they got it right. Let's go to the next one. My nose is blocked like socks. Okay. What is, Eric, I'm going to use you as my guinea pig and as a general audience. What is the feeling this picture or this emoji gives to you?
Worry.
Sad. Something is going on. Puppy eyes.
Concern, sad. Sure.
Concern, confused, concern, worry, does not care. Great. Let's go to the next one. What do you think is about this, Eric?
This is not fully to anger, but it's kind of annoyed.
Like, do you know that we tend to lower our eyebrows and flatter them when we're thinking about it? Like, tell me more. So contempt, annoyed, determined, indigent, suspicious. Okay, let's go to the next one.
That's definitely anger.
If somebody's giving you this expression, you're sleeping on the dog bed tonight. I don't think that we need to like sad, look like they are saying why. Consternation, anger, neutral, anger, mad. Okay, guys, you had it. Now, the big reveal. Next one.
Okay.
The only thing I changed on these emoji faces was the position of the eyebrows. The first face that we have on the top, we cannot read any expression. It's completely neutral. Actually, it's not neutral. It's telling us something. That person is hiding their expression. The first one, we can determine neutral or paying attention. The second one is sad. The third one is sad. And the fourth is angry. The only thing that we change here is the position of the eyebrows. That is I use this in my training and when my people only so they can be aware. I think the brain is a rabbit hole that is like a closet. You start pushing clothing and sometimes you need to go to the closet, put all the clothing out there and start organizing. So the job that people like myself does is to help you to get all that information that you already have in your brain, that you already have for being a street smart and living out there and related to others, and put it on the right place. So what showing with this is the eyebrows can tell you more than the mouth. Again, Eric, you have the presentation in advance. You know the only thing I changed was the eyebrows.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Now, this is really, really some freaky stuff. So.
Oh, why? Because I did it or because we are doing it?
Well, of course. Well, it's yeah, but that's just a given. So that's a baseline. Freaky because you did it. Okay, so now everybody here, this is name your celebrity time.
Now, the study that we mentioned was done in 2002, says that if you need to avoid to be recognized between erasing your eyeballs and erasing your eyebrows, what you need to do is erase your eyebrows. So we have 3 well-known celebrities and we erase the eyeballs. I know it looks freaky, but I'm sure most of the people can tell me who's the first one, who's the second one, and who's the third one. Let's see if the audience got it. Second audience, Kardashian isn't. Okay. Uncanny Valley. Ellen, Uncanny Valley was the first talk by Freud in 1934, and it was proved by a Japanese engineer in 1979. Uncanny Valley is when something is so near to reality that the reason robotic is not working and people is afraid to robots when they look too much like a person. So the reason why robots and the incorporation of robotical in our life need to be a degree of differentiation is not to confuse our brain. That's what is Uncanny Valley theory out there.
It needs to be more cartoonish.
Yeah.
That's why they look a little silly or a little off. The closer they look to human, but not being exactly right, is just creepy.
Every time that I go to the wax museum, like I freaked out because my brain cannot understand that is not a real human. So,
so Justin just didn't do so well in this one. He's probably a little young for my crowd, but yes, it's the Rihanna and the Kim Kardashian. Everybody got Kim pretty quickly.
And by the way, Rihanna become on the top list as a billionaire. So like, good for Rihanna. Yes. I want to have her eyebrows.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, and I do think that the Bieber is definitely not necessarily in the age group, but let's do the next set. We're going to do the guess again.
Now, the difference between the first picture, we changed the subjects, is that instead to erasing the eyeballs, we erase the eyebrows. So we go into the exercise for like 20 seconds in each one. We leave it a little longer so we can have the audience participate. But when I show you the images on Monday, you get confused and who is who. And when I show you who they are, like, oh, duh, great. Certainly have number 3. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm impressive. I mean, it is very confusing, I feel. But then I suck at, yes, you guys got Leo. Probably should have picked somebody without the facial hair. I'm wondering if that might become symbolic enough. But
Eric, it's not a tricky exercise. It's an exercise on people who is on the media in the last 3 to 4 years that is well known. So you want to put who is who? Okay, we have Meghan Markle and the second one. That is a good one. Gwyneth Paltrow, Beyonce, Conhead. Okay, your audience cracking me up. One of the reasons that I watch your show even before you invite me is because between you and your audience, like I have an hour of entertainment.
Well played.
Ooh,
now,
Ellen. It's the
Helen,
first time I have somebody
and run it through 10i. I want to know. Did you cheat somehow, Helen? Guess
No,
that.
it's the first time that somebody got her. It's the first time nobody got her.
We haven't got the first one, but I can't believe the second one. Good job. Good play, Helen.
Ellen,
All right,
really good job.
Waiting. No, they did get Beyonce.
Yeah.
Lori Holm got Beyonce for sure. I thought there might have been another one too. But,
no, they got the three of them, but separated. But nobody have ever James Charles because she have an amorphic face.
Yeah, well, you cheated.
No, I didn't.
Like, wait a minute. I have trouble with him even if you put him in form.
No, wait a minute. Most people have problems with James Charles because if we can modify the lips, people, and I can make it more masculine, people can identify if it's a man or woman. But what I'm saying is, it's not cheating. It's people who is on the media all the time. The only thing that we erase. You're in a feisty mode. I'm tired. I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. Give me a break.
Good. I think it's perfect for you. And yeah, Queen Elizabeth, the middle person is the famous YouTuber, James Charles, who comes out of the makeup world and has a lot of baggage going on. But that one throws people off because it's a guy who is very effeminate in his presentation. Is the best way I can put that. So it would immediately confuse.
You know what? In my line of work, if you're happy with the reflection you have in the mirror, go for it and make a parade.
Oh, I'm not complaining about that. And by the way, the Meghan Markle guess was very interesting. I didn't even put that together.
Yeah.
I could see that a little bit.
You can go to the picture before and to see why people may have confused it. But the only thing that it changed, it was the eyebrows. We're not showing hair. We're not showing anything else on the picture. If you see Beyonce without eyebrows, Beyonce looked way older. It looked like a woman in the mid-50s.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, when people say, check Beyonce, it's like, oh, Beyonce mom. And when somebody says that in one of my classes, like, wait a minute, is the mom? Like, yeah, she's in the late 50s. Without eyebrows, we cannot define the contour of the face.
Mm.
That's the reason when we use eyebrows, eyeglass. One of the things that I use eyeglasses with a big temple on the top is to make an expression of eyebrows. Actually, mine are rounded because my eyebrows are so pointy. You can see how the distant and how pointy they are. So I can hide that I'm a bitch.
Yeah, well, I know you're cheating. Obviously, you don't only have glasses. I mean, at least mine have a very minimal frame. So my light eyebrows, you can sort of see. Yours, you're like, let me take some big markers and go like this. Good luck to you.
Actually, it's a way to cheat so I don't need to use makeup because I spend so much time in this that I like. Yep.
I like this, Jim Undershine. I'm face blind. This is impossible for me. All you earthlings look the same to me.
Jim, do you have prosopagnosia? Have you been diagnosed with prosopagnosia?
He may be choking. He may be choking.
You know what? There are 3 reasons why people cannot identify faces and expression. Prosopagnosia, when you can see only a shape of the face. Actually, it's like... I know
it's a real thing. Penn has that.
Yeah, actually, he had it.
Yeah. So, I know it's a real thing. I'm just saying that.
So you can identify faces and expression when you're autistic or you are Asperger's syndrome. And the last book, they determined that Asperger's syndrome is autistic. Personally, I know people with on the verge of Asperger and autism. They're completely different. But since I'm not a psychologist, I'm not allowed to say it. But my street smart experience for 33 years telling me that I'm dealing with those things. But yeah, prosopagnosia is something. So when somebody changes the hairdo or the way they dress or they change their voice or their perfume, people get lost. And you know what? I read a book.
It's not only that, though. I would argue that some of it's just people are less observant than others. Like, I will be the first one to tell you that if I see somebody out of their place, I might not recognize them. Like, I could go eat lunch every day at Subway, for example, but if the person at Subway shows up at Home Depot, in civilian clothes, it confuses me because they're not in their proper place. So I'm like, I know them from somewhere, but I don't know who that is, even though it's somebody I've seen every day. And I think that
because you don't pay attention. Some people is more attentive. Some people remember voices. Some people remember smells, and some people remember the way the people walk. When I cannot face where the person I see them walk like, oh, I remember when I met them. It's where you put together. It's all the things that you put in together to identify someone. And if someone, we have something called normalization. When I need to work with a manager, the first thing I say is, before we're going to meet next time, I need you to, since you open your eyes until either you leave your house or you're sitting in your first Zoom meeting, I need you to write absolutely everything you do, from going to the bathroom to wiping your ass to brushing your teeth to preparing coffee. I need you to write everything. And they send me like 25 pages and like, how many things I do before I start working? Well, the thing is, you normalize those things that you do, so you don't pay attention to that. That's how much effort we put. So when we do it every day, I can go to like, I don't know, I like I always told you, I met with my friends and says, okay, you bring Tinder, I read your Tinder, you bring the booze, Tinder and booze. So we have that with friends. And like, no, this is not for you, not for you. Like, explain me why. Like, I cannot explain you why. I've been doing this for so long, then I normalize how I read people or the tone of the voice or what happened and who I need to go. I need to go in the airport. I know who I'm going to go, so it doesn't give me a hard time. The same one on the line of the supermarket, or when I want to get a sandwich in Subway, I know who's going to give me my extra provolone, extra crispy the way I want it, because it's like round face, it's giving, and like, oh, you know what? I have a really hard day. I would love an extra provolone, extra crispy in my sandwich. Like, oh, don't worry, honey. I'm going to get it for you. Like, yes.
All right. So on that, you're going to be telling us about audience members and everybody. I put out different places, but on locals.
I have the big monitor so I can see the faces. I have it ready.
All right, on unstructured.locals.com. So this is part of the reason to consider following on Locals. So we can do things like this, and I can.
Oh, I like the bald guy. Oh, the bald guy. Give me the bald guy.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. All right, we're going to start off with Stacy, 1111. I hope Stacy's here. Hard to know if people are here or not, but I appreciate that Stacy did this just for you to make sure that you had a skull in there.
Okay,
and I think that was to give you an ear.
Okay, Stacy, you have the roundest eyebrows than I have seen. Leave that picture. Can you blow it up? Okay, I'm like I always says, I'm turning here because I'm watching a big monitor. These are not for showing. I'm using progressive. You know, there are two ways you find out you're old. When your RRP send you an application, and when your doctor says you need to use progressive. I have both. Oh my love, you have the roundest eyebrows than I have seen in my life. You are about people, caring about others, and how people feel when you talk to them. You are able to do Stacy says, I'm here. I'm sorry, 4:59. So
I got it.
So Stacy, please correct me and tell me if it makes sense to you. Everybody have a dictionary, so if I'm not explaining the features on the correct way, let me know so I can tell it in another way. You're a people person. You like plants, animals. You probably are donating to causes where animals are defended. You're a giver. You don't take on people. You give and give and give. But what happened is you don't talk about your own feelings. Because you're always taking care about other people, you don't talk about your feelings, except with the people who know you and come back to you and says, Stacy, tell me how you feeling, but really how you feeling. Stacy, you want to tell me if we doing on the right path?
Yeah, she's happy so far. Yes, it's perfect, and yes.
Another thing, Stacy, it's happened to you and it happened to other people that we have on the show is that you're taking an Uber, you go into an elevator or you go into the office and people run to you to tell you all the things that you don't care, that you don't want to know. It's too much information, sometimes too private information. But because you care about people, you put a face like, okay, keep talking. But people is drawn to you. And sometimes even men go drawn to you and you're like, I'm giving the wrong signal. No, you have that kind of face that is inviting others to talk to you. And she says, absolutely, so true. Like, yeah, I don't know what you do for a living, but if you are in a relationship that customer service face-to-face, or you need to relay with people or dealing with people face-to-face, your face is going to be the one who Stacy coming like, hey, Susanna, how can I help you? Hi, Stacy, I have a problem. Your face is calming people down because you have a friendly approach. You're not threatening to others. You have a full cheek. And by the way, honey, you have so much energy. I'm so happy for your husband. Let me know.
Psychiatry. Good field for that face.
I practice medicine and psychiatry right now. Perfect.
Yeah, great face for that. Yeah.
You have the perfect face for us, for that. So to summarize, you're a people person. By the way, Stacy, you need to take a vacation. Tell your husband, your partner, or drop your kids on your neighbors or on the mailbox. I don't care. You need to take a long weekend for yourself. You haven't been taking care of yourself in a long time because you haven't been taking care about other people. So I'm falling because they're telling me their life stories. Like, I know that's the reason I says you need to have a hobby. You need to have something for yourself, and you need to take maybe a 4 weeks break, like working 4 days, taking 1 day off, or doing like 4 hours day break, because instead to, oh, you're my patient and listening to your problems, and I drop that before I go home, they're stick on your head and you take it with you and it show because you're caring too much. And I have a thing against empathy and sympathy. When you have too much empathy and sympathy for others, you start feeling their pain. And that's where you can get blocked and how to help others. So Stacy, please take a break, go to a spa, good massage, and tell your husband to wait for you with a really nice glass of water. No water, wine. Been planning vacation for years. Thank you.
Good deal. Onward to, this is Ginger Ninja, which is a killer name, great attitude, nice cup.
Oh God, he have, the reason I says put it on because he have chameleon eyebrows. Okay. You are here? Is he here?
No,
I will not comply.
Give him time to come, hopefully.
Siggy says, please tell my husband I need a vacation too. I need to see your face, Siggy, so don't cheat him. Okay.
Her face is here. Don't worry, it's coming.
Okay. Okay, dude. A, your brain is going Gavin Stone, like it's all braining, all thinking. You're thinking your left brain, everything happened for a reasoning things. You're going to left brain. Every time that somebody wanted to bring you to emotions, you go to the left brain. You are the kind of personality that people doesn't know what is going on with you. You have a neutral approach. What is called the neutral approach in MPA and face reading profiling. And one thing to clarify, because I do all the channels, I get to a point where you use face reading profiling and use another channels to better explain. You are planning to move to Zurich and you're going to be doing the research for 18 months. When you have the plane ticket, that's where you're going to tell all the other people that you move into Zurich. So people is going to say like, oh, you are too impulsive. Like, no, you're not paying for my ticket. It's my decision. I don't want you to be making noises in my head. So I decide to do it. Now announcing to do it. Now, if you want to be the center of the attention, you know how to pull that. You thinking outside the box, but too fast. What happened for you is the muscle, Eric, can you see the muscle on the top of the eyebrows, even though you can almost not see the eyebrows? Can I use my mouth? No. You can see from the inner counter of the eye, you can see kind of like a shadow line. A little bit
here and then through there, yeah.
Yeah. So what happened with him is he have straight eyebrows, meaning facts and data. He have a big zone 1 about thinking. He have low distance between where the eyebrows should be sitting and the eyelids. He have high ears, meaning between the outer counter of the eyes. You draw a line, you're going to see the ears stick out. He have stick out ears, and he doesn't have a lot of inner reach, meaning it's his way or the highway. He thinking outside the box. He see problems before they come in. He processes information really fast. This is my perfect client because he wanted to do it yesterday, to do it fast and move to the next one. What I can tell you is when you process information really fast, you can lose information on the middle. You're intelligent enough to surround yourself with people who can help you to get those pieces from the puzzle that you can be missing. Now, you're starving like a mole, my love. You see those front tooth? They're like the rabbit front tooth. They're bigger, hanging below the other ones. That means that is his way or the highway. You're creative, you're provocative, you love to do it, and you go for it. I would love to know if you are here.
I don't know that he is. I haven't gotten any kind of response so far, so I'm sure that he will.
Okay, Stacy says, oh, Michael, it was a spot on. Only it was last year when I was really happy. Oh, thank you, Stacy.
Yep, that's talking about that. So, okay, well, we got the general gist of it, and you had commented earlier about Ziggy Shrugs, and Ziggy Shrugs is up next. So
I'm sorry.
Now she can hear what you have to say.
Well, she's going to question my methodology because she doesn't believe in anything that is not proved to her. If you tell her a story and you tell her a problem 3 times, she's going to punch you on the throat. Maybe not physically, but emotionally. Maybe she's going to like, ooh, Susan is calling, like, swipe left, because she doesn't want to hear the same problem more than 3 times. If you bring to me the same problem emotionally, work-wise, or whatever, more than 3 times, get your things together. Like I told you, you go into an affixed mode. Now, Siggy says, true. You are a really good friend. When friends come to you with a problem that you can fix a solution. You're not the emotional holder for your friends. Your friends come to you when it's a solution to be made. They cannot see through the problem. You're really good picking, kneading, and like the in the Matrix and those movies, like when you can pick things and put it together and make people realize what is the real problem outside the emotional part. You're a really good problem solver. She says, true, true, true. That is what my friends tell me. That is very true. Thank you, Siggy. You know what? You're the kind of friend that I would love to have when I'm too emotional to resolve things, or I'm too emotional because when it's happened to me, and it's happened to me, I have pointy, flat eyebrows. I have your same eyebrows when I need to make decision and pointy eyebrows when I need to gather information. But when it's happened to me, when it hurt in this skin, I need a friend like you who says, Susan, what would you do if you are your own client and you need to pull the decision? She says, yes, spot on. Thank you. But when people come to you with a real problem that you can fix, you're super given. You can pick up a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's the right call to make, but it's too like, oh, my boyfriend cheated on me. Like, bitch, it happened 12 months ago. You're not going to take that call. Miss Ibitz, oh yes, please call me. I am a good listener. Thank you. I always have friends like you. But on the other hand, I don't know what you do for a living, but you're really good following orders, following a structure, and do the things they need to get done. You're going to be really good in compliances, accounting, and do things that, okay, first page, point 1. No, I'm going to tell you point 3. Like, no, I don't care. Let's go with point 1, point 2, 3. You're going to follow this step that if you need to like assemble a furniture, girl, you can come home. I have a bunch of furniture in my garage to assemble. You're going to go with all the instruction and all the step, and you're never going to jump any of those. Yeah, that is definitely me. I'm a fiscal assistant. Okay. Siggy, thank you very much.
All right.
Can I brag a little?
Yeah, well, dance away.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm going to have some fun.
From all the people who participate and send pictures, thank you very much. I appreciate it because it's one thing when you do it private and another thing when you're exposing yourself with other. My husband hates me because I want to use the directions. Honey, your GPS is your best friend.
Okay, so
Stacy Rudy says brag a lot. Like, yeah, can I brag a lot?
This is Violet Key.
Oh, that is a name, really?
Oops. Hold on. Trying to get it on the correct screen.
Eric, take your time. I'm horrible in technology, so go for it.
Oh, no, what it does is it pops a new window, and the window I'm sharing is not the one that's coming up. So, all right, this is our next candidate. Violet.
Oh my God, love. Stacy says, Susan, can you help me to find a husband to take me on a vacation? We should work on mine first.
All right, Val G is here. Good deal.
Oh my God, honey. Okay, where to start? You're thinking and doing, and you hold your emotions at last. You can do every day the same thing, even if you don't like it, but because it needs to get done, you do it. So what I mean is, for example, if you are the assistant of a lawyer, and every Friday the lawyer says between 3 and 5, you need to say all the invoices, you need to do all the paperwork. Maybe you hate paperwork. Even maybe that is the reason you're looking for another job. But because it needs to get done, because you need to get it done, you're going to do it. Because you think how to do it. Now, in your head, you're going to be looking all the time for a better way to do it, more efficient way to do it, and you're going to jump and do it. We have her here.
Yeah, she's so far, she said, oh no, but I think that was early on when you said, oh dear. So she was like, okay, what's coming? I don't know yet if you're accurate or not. We haven't heard. We'll see.
Actually, it's nothing wrong with you. Like, you can follow patterns even if you don't like. You follow rules. You're really pragmatical. You are willing to cut your lunch in order to get things done. Why? Because you're working from 9 to 5. 5, you need to clock. So if you need to cut your lunch and have a bigger dinner, you're going to do it because that's the way that you process information. You're a managerial type. In your business side, you're the kind of managerial. You're picking everybody else's job that doesn't get done, and you get it done. You know how to. Now, in your personal life, stop picking. If you have kids and your husband, stop picking the dirty socks from the floor and teach them how to put it inside the laundry basket, or make 2 laundry baskets, black and white. That's what I have in my house. I have 4 guest bedrooms, and when my guest bedroom comes and says, you want to come again? This is the laundry basket. Take all your towels and your shit and put it in the right basket. You don't do that, I know the room that you will stay in, you're not coming back. Do the same. Stop picking everybody's project, everybody things that get done, and do it by yourself. Why? because you're the kind of person that you need your time with others, but your time alone. But I have the feeling that you have been spending your time alone fixing other people's problems. I don't know what her avatar name is to know how I'm doing.
So you're doing fine. She said, LOL, I do hate paperwork, but yes, I look for efficient ways to do it. And then, yes, I did pick up pieces of other coworkers, which sounds very scary. You mean pick up pieces from them, not of them, I hope, because somebody got really angry in that office if it's pieces of them.
But you know, Val,
she was an office assistant and graphic designer, but now a stay-at-home mom.
Well, if I need to pick a project manager in my team, you are the face that I will pick. I pick everybody that I work, everybody in our team is picked by a picture first. You are the kind of person that, because I know that about yourself, I would say, Val, if I see you clocking in your email after 5 p.m., I'm going to block your email from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. because I know that you're going to be picking other people's work, and I'm going to help you to have your time by yourself and relax. Another thing, honey, stop listening to your friend's secrets. When a friend of you or somebody at work or when you used to work come and tell you a secret, tell them, I don't want to hear, like, la, 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 la. I don't want to hear. Why? Because you take those secrets near to the heart and you take it like your own and you put it in your coffin and it's making weight in your soul. You need to let those things go. And I would say you are the person that your friends come in to talk because you never divulge any information that doesn't belong to you. You keep secrets to your heart and you're really good at it. Well, tell me if you're good keeping secrets, because I would like to tell you a couple of them that I cannot tell anybody else.
Right. And somebody is pointing out, she said she was an assistant. I don't think that's really relevant in the sense that every manager started as an assistant at one point, and you can tell if an assistant is managerial or not just by initiative and other things quite often.
Val says, I'm mostly good at keeping secrets, LOL. I celebrating again?
And while you're doing that...
Can we put some music so I can celebrate with my Home Depot overalls?
I'm sorry. Don't have it. I've got the next person coming up. I don't know. You may or may not recognize him.
Ooh. The big boss. Okay. I hope he's here. Well,
I don't know if he's here, but I think he'll probably watch later if he is not. He could be in court. Come on.
Okay. We don't need to talk about that he's a big type A. Now we're going to talk why. One of the reasons he's a type A. Okay, let's move in. Can you see? Okay. He's suffering from what most intelligent people suffer is like a big forehead. Okay, Val says, sometimes I have to process secret with a third party that doesn't know the other one. Great work, Susan. Yeah, sometimes go to the shower and like put it out, but do not hold it in your backpack because it's hurting you, because you own those secrets. And owning other people's secrets, and it's coming from a person who has done a career doing that. I have an amazing therapist, then he's been my therapist for 18 years. I see him once a month only to like a fire hose, birthing things that I cannot tell anybody else, only to take it out of my chest. So go for it. So why he's a type A personality and why he's so good. Everybody touch the two, Eric, help me here. You're going to touch the two horns here on the, come on, do it. You can do it, Eric, I'm watching you. Yeah, those two horns, that's where your head starts. Even though you have like Barnes, a big forehead because you're bald. I always says to the bald guys, you know what, when somebody give you a hard time, says, you're so intelligent that your forehead is stopped in your ass. Sorry, that's what I say.
That's pushing my hair out. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So you can see his two balls, and you can see the reflection on the shyness. He have a huge zone 1. Beside hair or no hair, I would love to see a picture of him or with hair. He have a big zone 1, a big zone 3, and no zone 3. So zone 2, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. Big 1, big 3, small 2. Meaning, if he gonna hurt you when he says something to you, he doesn't care. He gonna think how to do it. He gonna think how it's more effective. And if you get offended, he gonna send you to therapy. Now, Mr. Barnes, you need to take a vacation yesterday. In your job, you can see the left side of the picture that he have his upper eyelid covering the pupil and half of the eye. I see this in people who have a heart attack, about to have a heart attack, they're collapsing, or they're taking more job they can handle. He is podcasting, he is all over the place. Mr. Barnes, I would say, take a little vacation too. Maybe go to Vegas, blow some steam. Now, in his personal life, he's in the same situation. You can see the upper lip cutting a little the pupil, meaning that whatever is happening in your personal life is taking a strain on you. Now, can you see how small are the nostrils in both sides? Nothing was given to granted or for granted to him. Everything in his life, he need to fight for it. On his business side and his personal side, he fought for it. And maybe one of the reasons why Stacy says, we can take a vacation together, like, go for it, right to him. Can you see that when people is not given things by granted on their professional life and they need to fight for any step on the ladder to get to the top of the roof where it's sitting, they feel like if I let it go for 5 minutes, I'm going to lose everything that I put on. He trying to be an amazing person as a personal side, and he tried to be the best lawyer he can be. I would say, again, full, maybe 8 hours work, and you can see that he have his cheek. How I measure the cheeks? If I'm going to my eyes and go down, I can feel my cheeks. But in his case, you're going down, you're going to see the cheeks sitting here. That meaning that he is an energizer bunny. He is not stopping. He keep going and going and going. This guy is not putting 20 hours a day. He's putting 24 and sleeping 50. I would say 23, 45 and sleeping 15 minutes. Now, he have 4 mouths. If you divide the mouth in 4, you're going to see that in his business side, on the left top of the screen, he have like the lip covering the top of the lips. He's not emotional with his clients. Now, in his personal life, he's a little more emotional, but if you ask him how he's feeling, he gonna says, I am doing great. Now, when he need to talk to others, he maybe look like verbose and talking too much, but everything that is going through his mouth is filtered in his brain first. This is not the kind of person who gonna have a diarrhea mouth and talking because he's emotional. Absolutely everything that he's gonna say is calculated, meticulous, determined, how he's gonna say it, what is gonna be the consequences. When he provokes someone, he does it completely determined that he knows what is the end goal of provocation that he's going to be doing. And another thing, if you want him to like you, you need to say thank you on the simple things he does. Now, he thinks more outside the box on his business side, and between you and I, he's really playful. So whoever he's dating, good for you, girl.
Right. So
he's gonna sue me?
I don't know. We'll see. No, Barnes is very unlikely to do so. I will be curious. I'm sure that he'll.
Okay, can we put the picture again? I forgot to read his eyebrows.
Hang on.
I'm sorry, Eric, to doing this. I just.
There you go.
Okay, he had two completely different eyebrows. I'm waiting for the monitor to show. Can you see? On his business side, who's the left side of the screen, is kind of like brushing and erasing. But if you look on his personal side, it's a little more defined. Before he goes to everything in his personal life, he's going to evaluate all the pros and cons. He's feisty. He likes to be feisty. That's the reason why I said he's really passionate. Now, in his business side, is more facts and data. Facts and data, get to the point, don't tell me the story. I don't care how much you feel about your dog being killed by your neighbor. I want to know how many times your neighbor tricked you, how much the dog cost, and how much do you think your pain is cost for it. So he have a two separate life, but in his personal life, he is harsh too. But when he lifts that curtain of, I'm a tough guy, he's a sweetheart. I'm sorry, Barnes. I just say it in public audience.
No, Barnes is a very generous person.
Oh, he's a sweetheart. He's like melting.
I won't say that about him because I don't want to know. He's a very, very nice person.
I'm saying it.
So Samantha is next.
Oh, Samantha, why you wanted to be perfect so much? Why are you so hard with yourself? Samantha is the kind of person that everything that starts, she finishes. She doesn't care if it's like 5 p.m., 8 p.m. If somebody asks Samantha, I need you to finish this paperwork and these things they need to be done. She's not caring if whatever it takes to get there, she's going to make it happen. Now, the opposite of that good trait that make you really successful because you achieve everything that you conquer is that when somebody doesn't do it, what happened to you is you get really pissed off because your brain cannot comprehend how somebody who says, I want to do this or that, they don't do it. Hello, I'm here. Hi, Samantha. You have the ability to see the big picture. If I put you to like counting the leaves on the trees, you're going to see how many trees the forest have. But you are not too good like looking on the small details because you look on the big picture. You are going for the big picture, the big game, going for it. Now, what happened to you, Samantha, is that you have a really good secret lines too. And because your zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3 are like balanced, they're kind of similar. What happened to you is sometimes you have conflict between people, emotions, and what you need to do. So when you have that fight between you, you need to use the knowledge you have to make those decisions because you have pointy eyebrows. Samantha, tell me how we're doing here. And by the way, Samantha, you don't talk about your feelings either. Like, nope. And by the way, your family lived long. Like your grandparents and parents lived long. So you're probably going to do that if you're not killing yourself. Like Mr. Barnes, you're going to see the same. The eyelids, the eyelids are folding. One thing is when you close your eyes and close, and another thing is when they're folding on top. This is so accurate. I'm always burning the candle at both ends, and it does piss me off when, piss me off when people don't step out. Thank you, Samantha. I really appreciate it.
Now, Samantha actually sent 2 photos, and I want to bring up the second one.
Okay, please.
Her life has changed over time, so she wanted to see if that was representative. She kind of follows you around, so she, like you mentioned about your ears shifting.
I never have seen, Samantha, can you put on the chat that you and I, we have never met in person. I never saw a picture of you, please. It's really important for me because when we did the first reading, the blind reading, and when I did the reading for the mass, I had people saying like, oh, you and Eric prepared. Like, I will never put Eric on that situation. Eric never would have done that to himself. And this is completely blind. I don't know who sent the picture. Eric and I, we didn't prepare. So Samantha, if you can, and everybody who has been read today can certify that I never see your picture. We never encounter any relationship. I would appreciate.
You do know Barnes, though. So out of everybody, you've seen.
Yeah, it's the only one. I never met him. I never talked to him. I see him. I found it really interesting. Samantha says, nope, we are never met. Thank you very much. Samantha, you have a new boyfriend? Because he seems happier. And can I see it's anyway, Eric, then I can see the picture before I need to check something on the mouth. Samantha, you get rid of something that was like killing you, something that it was really hard for you, that you was holding. Can be a bad relationship that was affecting your business life, or maybe something at work that you cannot break home. Now we can go to the new picture. Thank you, Eric. And now those things went away. I follow you on your channel on YouTube as well as Eric. I'm fascinated by face reading. Thank you. Something changed. A lift get out of your life because you can see the 2 front tooth. You not only have the gap that Madonna have, you have the 2 front tooth that are big and thicker. So meaning that you have a willpower that even though people tell you cannot get done, you're going to go for it. Now, Samantha, when people give you feedback, you can take it as a criticism. Don't take it personally because you don't reveal so much about yourself. Maybe the person that people is describing has nothing to do with you. Maybe expressing a little more, you don't talk about your feelings. You go for like, I needed to get it done. I'm gonna make it done. You see the wheel pad. Can you see the distance between the 2 eyebrows? The hair between the 2 eyebrows? And she have like a bump. That is called the wheel pad. And can you see the bridge on the top of the nose, this part? That is the Roman bridge. That's where the Romans look when you have somebody who's strategic to work with. So what Samantha have is a desire to start and end everything they need to get done. She gonna put herself to any extenuation that needed to get done in order to finish. She's not gonna be talking about feelings. She's gonna keep doing. And if doesn't matter what she's going through, she's gonna come to you and you says, hey Samantha, how you doing? Like, great. Even though her own life is falling on her head, she's gonna be doing great. She's gonna finish whatever she starts and she's gonna be doing what she needs to do. No concerns with her personal life. Now, as an employee, you're great. Now, personal-wise, Samantha, you need to take about yourself. The open mouth picture was a year ago. The closed mouth one is since I started a new career in March this year. It's much more challenge. Job is social care. Privacy is a must. So it's flip it. So you was happier before. So what happened with you is thank you for clarifying the order on the picture. So this is before she started the new job. Can we go back to the old one? Sorry, Eric.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, so
No, it's okay. If we don't know, we don't know. What happened now in your life is you're keeping a lot of secrets. So before, your job didn't ask you to keep a lot of secrets. Now you do keeping a lot of secrets and you're burning the candle in two ends. Honey, like I do with my therapist once a month, and says, dude, we have a confidentially, like, this is what happened this month. And the only thing I do for 55 minutes is telling all the things that I cannot tell anybody else. Samantha, go to the shower, talk to your pillow. I have a client that I've been coaching that this person, I was not going to give a gender, this person put a face on the pillow. So when this person go to sleep, look at the pillow and says all the things that he or she cannot say to anybody else. So get it out of your system because it's going to help you. Maybe walking, listening to music, listen to podcasts, do something to get it out of your shoulder because that can burn you. Most cancers are proved to be burdens that we cannot drain from our system. And again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist. From the holistic PowerPoint people that I know that work with patients with cancer, is always a reason the things that we hold them back. Thank you, Samantha.
All right. Well, that is it. He is the last one. And that is interesting, the order, because I didn't really know which is which. I will give you credit, though. You did say that if you, in the order that I presented it looked like she had a load taken off of her shoulders. But it sounds like it's a reverse, that she's had a load put on her shoulders.
But it's important to know the order because she says that, like, I take same queue time with myself. You nail it.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what, Eric, I want to say something to people, like, because sometimes people only send pictures to prove you wrong. And I really appreciate your audience to be so open to, like, yeah, it's true, you nail it, and explain like Samantha did. Like, no, the order of the pictures is in another way. That's happened when you're doing live, and when you're in life, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. And it's important that she clarified, because now I can reaccommodate, because since she was so nice to send picture like other people did, is to do something to help them. Because if you can lead people a little better than when you find it before, that is the meaning of each of this show. Help you to understand. Face reading is not to criticize. Face reading is not to be racist. Actually, face reading is to help you to understand. Nothing is personal. If I can understand how you intake information, how you process information, I understand it's not about me, it's about you. If I know those things about you, I can talk to you the way you need to communicate. But most important, I can empathize with you the way you need it and how you need to be helped. And that is important to understand today, even though I'm like, dun, 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 dun.
Susan's a Darth Vader. Now, really quickly to settle, because this will come up out of it. There are questions about physiognomy and whether it was used, shall we say, by evil forces in Germanic area during World War II.
Let's put it out there. Physiognomy was discovered 5,000 years ago by the Chinese. You can find it on the Kabbalah, and the Zohar part on the Judaism was using for many cultures. And the 1600 was a career on the European universities. There you have physiognomy, phrenology, and another variations. What I do is face reading profiling. What I always says is, you can have a car and drink and drive and kill someone, or you can drive a car to save someone from a hurricane. I cannot be responsible for other people did with this knowledge. The same way microexpression, body language, and all the channels and behavior can be used for bad or can be used for good. It was used for bad, was phrenology, to determine the Aryan race on Germany. My grandmother escaped from Auschwitz dressed as a man in a boat for 6 months. I'm Jewish. My grandmothers came from Auschwitz. So I live that atrocity in my own skin. And I'm doing face reading profiling, yes, because I want to take that science, that witchcraft, whatever you want to take, call it, to the next level, because now I can communicate with others. I can cross barriers. Doesn't matter what is the language you're talking, doesn't matter what is your gender, how you want to identify, what is your age. Now I can understand why and how. It was used in a bad way, like many things were used in the bad way, but we can do something good. Like in this case, having fun together today, how we have done it from the last past year. And if you can learn this to understand why people is or are the way they are, why not to?
Right, and phrenology, which is definitely known, was used by eugenics here in the States, especially in the South, to determine intelligence and other things like that. And it's definitely not a great subject. So face reading and phrenology are related, but they're not exactly the same thing.
I don't do phrenology. What I study is here. Phrenology is the study of the shape of your head, the measurement of your head. I don't do that. I know how to do it. I know how to apply it. I chose not to do it on face reading. And as you can see, all the face reading that I do in public are fun. I try to leave you better than I found you. And I try to tell you things to help you to improve your life. It can be done from the dark side. I have clients who says, you're a mix between Dr. Bull and Darth Vader. Like, yeah, that's me. That's what I can do. I choose not to.
Then you correct them and say they got the order wrong.
What do you mean?
That it's Darth Vader and Dr. Bull. Not the reverse.
You see? If you know how to read my eyebrows, you know what I'm meaning.
Means that she agrees. And she also will agree with this comment, which is a perfect close. Conservative Voices University. What about this face? Great as always. Thank you so much. And people are already asking about a sequel. This is the third time we've done it. I'm sure that you will see Susan again.
Only to clarify, we were supposed to be with Lena Cisco today. Lena is finishing her third book. Then I have the chance to read it. I was in Virginia Beach last week. Her book is amazing, but she's stuck. She needs to finish 2 chapters. I would love to do this with Lena because Lena and I, we are putting together how to face read people. And after that, how to make the right questions based on what your face saying. So face reading is something that is like a jello. Depending on the mold that you can put it, it can be adapted to everything. You can use it for good, you can use it for bad, but let's have fun together and learn other people, personalities and tendencies. And Eric, like always, thank you very much to you and your audience for having me back.
Thank you. And by the way, last thing, shout out to Nate Brody, aka Nate the Lawyer. He just crossed 100,000 subscribers on YouTube today.
Wow!
A major accomplishment. I mean,
you got to the same one. Someday. I don't have any doubt. And if you haven't subscribed to Eric Huntley's show, I don't know what the heck are you doing. You're clicking so many BS every day. Click on this channel. It's not because you're going to see me, but you're going to see people who's really worth it, and you don't want to miss it. By the way, hit the bell. No, that way. That way. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Yeah, this is twisted. I'm dyslexic. We know that.